Cardinal Sports Network brings you this special presentation. Event coverage starts now.
My name is Josh Stamps, freshman from Chicago, Illinois, play shooting guard.
Steven Edwards, I'm a sophomore from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and I play point guard. I'm Leon Gilmore III from Houston, Texas. I'm a sophomore and I play small forward.
Brandon Harley, I'm a freshman. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I play shooting guard.
My name is J.C. Washington. I'm a sophomore from Houston, Texas, and I play forward.
My name is Ryan Preston. I'm a freshman from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm a power forward.
My name is Hiram Edwards. I'm a freshman. I'm from East Chicago, Indiana, and I play point guard.
My name is SHAMIEK Shepherd. I'm a sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, combo forward.
DION MACK. I'm a sophomore from Mumford, Texas, and I play point guard.
Isaac Allen, freshman from Mesa, Arizona. I play center.
Joshua Robinson. I'm a sophomore from Shreveport, Louisiana. I play shooting guard.
My name is WAINRIGHT. I'm a sophomore. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I play shooting guard.
I'm Vance Hughes. I'm a freshman from Kennedale, Texas, and I play shooting guard.
And there you have the 2015-16 Cardinal basketball team. I mentioned earlier that Michael Landers is in his third year at Navarro College. He spent 11 years here at the college, of course, leading the Lady Cardinals to national titles in 2004 and 2012, going 36-0 in each of those two seasons. And if I've done my math correctly, Michael's last win, which was at home against Bossier Parish this past Saturday night, I believe it was his 450th career win. I show him at 450 and 72. I think I'm right on that. So congratulations to Michael, and I've had a privilege of covering him at the college here, of course, for 11 years, so I've seen many of those 450 wins. Certainly a great coach, but tonight he's sitting on the wrong end of the floor, if you in my opinion, so we want the Cardinals to take care of business here tonight.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of folks here at Cardinal GM Leon Spencer Court that would agree 100% with you on that, Vinny.
Chris Baum is in his fourth year as head coach at Trinity Valley. He's 103 and 25. Overall, he's 273 and 145. And as he told me here a while back when I noted that he'd gotten his 270th win, he said, I'm still only about 600 shy of what Coach Spencer did.
All in perspective, right? But he's got a special squad, and I think they're poised to make a serious run on the journey to the tourney, as we say.
Cardinals attempting to get back to the national tournament for a third straight year, and attempting to win, and really have already wrapped up their first outright conference title since 1996. So that's already in the books, although Chris hadn't made a big deal out of that because he didn't want his team to lose their edge. And sure, I understand that from his coach's perspective. Now we're going to turn it over to Harold Jones, the public address announcer here at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym.
Promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments or actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. TVCC thanks you for your cooperation. And now the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. From Louisville, Kentucky, number 0, D'Angelo Hunter. From Brooklyn, New York, number 1, Tyler Whitehead.
Whitehead's averaging 9.5 points per game.
From Brooklyn, New York, number 3, St. Hilaire.
Hilaire is averaging 5.4 rebounds and 4.0
From Toronto,
assists.
Canada, number 5, Jamar Martin.
Martin is averaging 15.4 points and has hit 49
three-pointers.
Texas,
number 21, Kalen Love. Head coach of the Bulldogs
Navarro,
is Michael Landers,
14 and 11 overall and 10 and 5 in conference play.
And now the starting lineup for your Trinity Valley Cards. a 6'5" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 0, Josh Stamps.
Stamps has averaged 12.2 points and has hit 53 three-pointers.
A sophomore from Houston, Texas, number 3, Leon Gilmore.
LG3 is averaging 11.6 points, 7.1 rebounds, and has hit 25 three-pointers.
From Chicago, Illinois, number 11, Hiron Edwards.
Hiron Edwards is averaging 13.4 points, 5.6 assists, and has hit 23 pointers.
From Mesa, Arizona, number 21, Isaac Allen.
Allen drawing the start tonight for J.C. Washington, who picked up 2 technical fouls against Tyler and has to miss tonight's game.
Shreveport, Louisiana, number 23, Josh Robinson.
Josh Robinson is averaging 10.4 points, 5.0 rebounds, and has hit 49 three-pointers, and he came up big in the game in Corsicana with 15 points, but in the second half he led the explosion that saw the Cardinals put up a 60-point second half. So we are set. Number 1 Trinity Valley, 26-1, 16-0 in conference against the Navarro College Bulldogs, 14-11 overall, 10-5 in conference play. With the play-by-play, my buddy, my partner, Tim Howard.
Thank you, Benny Rogers. It is Trinity Valley, the number 1 ranked team in America here in junior college action. Navarro, always a blast to see these two go head-to-head, and looking forward to it here at Leon Spencer Court. With the Cardinals in the home white, the red trim, it's going to be a fun one, a great environment. You've got the band, cheerleaders, the Cardettes, softball team here. Football team is still around, and I'm looking, is Coach Whitfield still in the building? I don't know how I could miss him, but if you missed that earlier, that's why it pays to be here for all of the Cardinal Sports Network.
Absolutely.
So here is the jump. It'll be Allen in the circle for the Cards, controlled by Navarro. Cards in the zone to start us off here.
A lot of pressure on Isaac Allen to step up and defend inside tonight, Tim.
Big shot from the outside by Navarro's number 5, Jamar Martin.
Martin had 49 three-pointers coming into the game, but Allen's filling in for J.C. Washington, who came up big for the Cardinals over in Corsicana with 15 points and 6 rebounds, and to miss his presence inside tonight is going to be big.
Here is the ball worked around to Edwards. LG thought about cranking it, but now Edwards will do it from the top of the key, won't go. Rebound cleared. Here come the Bulldogs. Nice job from Hiron. He'll get the ball to LG3. Way under the basket, though. That's a tough spot to handle.
Yeah, LG shuffled his feet, and the Navarro bench, of course, thought there should have been traveling a call, but they got away with it, and the Cardinals threw it away, and Chris Bauman, I think, is going to call a quick timeout here.
Probably one of the fastest timeouts I've seen, at least this year. 58 seconds into the ball game. So with a 30-second timeout on the floor, what do you talk about in there? Hey, let's remember the little things. Let's get this mindset right from the outset?
Well, I think so. I think you don't want to let Navarro get hot to start the game, and the Cardinals just seem just a little bit off balance a little bit. Of course, a lot of that's going to be the fact that it's not your normal starting lineup. That's not saying anything about Isaac Allen. Of course, I'm saying that's just a fact. You got a different look out there now. Right. Navarro came down, to their credit, on its opening drive and hit the three-pointer, which gets you off into a positive thought process. And now the Cardinals have got to come down and get a stop and not let Navarro build on this early lead.
Yeah, you definitely want to break that momentum, and that was a good closeout. He knifed that ball in between two defenders and got the three to fall. So that is a big confidence booster. There's another one. This time it is D'Angelo Hunter, the freshman out of Louisville, hitting that three.
Well, just a picture-perfect start for Michael Landers and the Bulldogs on the road against the #1 ranked team, starting off back-to-back three-pointers and a 6-0 lead.
Gilmore trying to get that down low to Allen. Now going baseline. Hanging, trying to create, does not get it, partially blocked. Good patience here from Navarro, trying to get a better looking shot.
Great job of defending down low by Isaac Allen.
Excellent. Here is Edwards, kick out for three. Joshua pull it back, set it up, get a good look here.
Navarro, I'm sure tonight's the objectives defensively is to not let the Cardinals have any freedom outside the perimeter and to try to do something about the penetration of Hiram Edwards, who just literally killed them over in Corsicana in the first meeting. Edwards had 21 points that first meeting.
Up top they go. Edwards now out to Frog for 3. Shot clock violation there. So, boy,
just a great start for the Navarro College Bulldogs. I mean, they've hit the Cardinals with back-to-back three-pointers. Now you come down and get a shot clock violation, and that's exactly how Michael Andrews would draw it up if he got a chance to do it.
Sheppard and Preston will check into the ball game here. Allen will sit, as does LG3.
Cardinals just don't have that same spark we've seen them start some games with just yet, it seems. Maybe playing just a little bit tight, even though they are at home tonight.
Fight for the loose ball. There's Bodies skying for the rebound there. Now fouling Preston, I believe.
That's going to go against Josh Stamps, and you're right. Ryan Preston has checked into the game for Isaac Allen, and we've seen Preston have some big-time games for the Cardinals. Certainly inside, he's somewhat of an enforcer.
So, chance to add to this lead here. They will get a great start. I mean, we talk about fast starts, but this is one of those starts that if you're drawing it up and you're asleep, you'll take that. I mean, this is
well, you will. And earlier this season, we saw San Jacinto come in here and get off to an 18-1 start against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals wound up winning that game by 30-something points. Yeah. Not suggesting that happens here tonight against this Navarro squad. I'm just saying we've seen this Cardinal team, especially early in the season, come back from some big deficits.
They have had to turn it on here before, as you recall. Thank you for that reminder. Gets the second one to Flaw, so now at 8-0. Taking a 3 there is Edwards, and it's one and done, cleared out by number 21, Caleb Love of Louisville.
Big defensive possession now for the Cardinals. You don't want to fall behind by double digits.
Frog goes up the ladder to pull that one down. Josh Robinson over to Edwards now. Stamps going baseline. Has it blocked away. Out of bounds off of number 5. That's Jamar Martin that could not handle that one.
Stephen Edwards is checking into the game for the Cardinals. He's got a way of generating some instant offense for the Cardinals, although he's just averaging 6.9 points. We've seen him have some bigger scoring games. As a matter of fact, he's coming off a double-digit performance against Tyler.
Yeah, see if they can get him acclimated here and into this offense that has yet to get any points in this ball game.
Cardinals come in averaging 85.4 points a game.
3.5 minutes in. Shot on the way. Won't go. Preston battling, shooting over the top. Won't fall.
Cardinals have yet to score.
Good drive left baseline. Kick out for 3 is good. So red hot continues for Calvin Anderson out of the Bahamas. 6'4" freshman hits that one. 11-point lead. Cards trying to piece it together right now. Stephen Edwards finding Hiram up top. Sheppard with a screen spin move. That's that knocked out of bounds. So 9 seconds still on the shot clock.
Certainly a better job by the Bulldogs defensively tonight against Hiram Edwards on the not letting him allow him the freedom to penetrate like he did over Corsicana, because I thought that was the difference in that game. Certainly in the second half, they were unable to defend him.
LG takes it down low, goes up strong, draws a foul, but was just a skosh away from getting that thing to be a 3-point opportunity. We'll have to earn a couple at the free throw line now.
Cardinals can't make it all back in the deficit back in one possession, of course, so they've got to have some stops, and they're going to have to certainly take advantage of any scoring opportunity they get. So they are not on the ropes because it's way too early to be on the ropes in this game, but they're certainly off to a staggering start in the.
Yeah, in this ballgame, and if you think about it, missing 2 of them is not the antidote right there. So long 3 left wing. That is good. Red hot. Navarro, you got to get the feeling is eventually going to cool off a little bit. But they are not certainly in the least anything but hot right now, or cold, but now. LG with the offensive putback. Won't go. Edwards will pick up the loose ball. Now see if Josh can drive. LG battling for the ball.
A lot of contact down below the baseline, not anything called.
Yeah, it's definitely very physical down low there in the opening moments of this ball game. Now under 5 minutes. 5 minutes have passed by, and it's still scoreless Trinity Valley. They'll set it up top.
I just think the difference so far, obviously Navarro's off to a hot shooting start, but they've done a great job of denying. Hiram Edwards has had some penetrations, but when they do, they're collapsing 2 or 3 guys and not letting him have the freedom that he had over in Corsicana.
You really got to get somebody hot from the outside to help with that, because if you can spread the floor a little bit, that'll help with that. We got a lot of jawing going on down on that floor right now. They're going to talk amongst the players and try to squash that before it becomes an issue. Coach Bucket playing through it right now, trying to find a, help them figure it out here. 14:35. There's a reach.
So that's going to go against Stephen Edwards. Just 2 team fouls now on the Cardinals.
Very uncharacteristic start for Trinity Valley here as they are down early in this one. Wow, on fire understatement. Now you got to take the timeout and talk it over with a little bit over 14 to go. Got a full timeout coming here. It's just going to be a 30, so it's just long enough to draw one up on the chalkboard over there and kind of just settle everybody down.
Well, we talked about Angelina getting off to an 18-1 start against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are staring at a 17-point deficit here, and it's just a dream start for Navarro. And the Cardinals have certainly got to find a way to bow their neck into, like I said, you can't make it all up at one time, so you've got to come down and get stops. But you certainly got to defend out along the perimeter where Navarro is just literally killing them right now.
They have. They've really, and at some point you think, okay, well, they're gonna get a little cold here. That has yet to be the case nearly 6 minutes into this ball game. And on the other end, they're playing about as well a defense as
they absolutely are.
Offensively, it's been a perfect start for Navarro.
Yeah, the red hot shooting is one thing, but the defensive effort, I think, so far has been something that Michael Landers would have dialed up if he'd given him the opportunity.
Hiron with the ball going left side. We're trying to get to the left now. Going to just pull it up and rattles out.
Yeah, the Cardinals are trying to force something up and make it happen now.
Close out by LG3. Forced him to change that shot. Tipped away out of bounds off Trinity Valley.
But that's going to bring us to our media timeout.
Yeah, looks like that'll be a full timeout coming here. So with 13:53 to go here in the first half of play, Cardinals on the short end of it. We'll take a timeout. Continue on Cardinal Sports Network after this.
Finding success in life is a journey. Whatever road you're on, take the next step at Trinity Valley Community College. Attend one of the highest-rated 2-year colleges in America and receive a quality, affordable education. Visit tvcc.edu for more information.
You're in the emergency room or the doctor's office because of a car wreck that wasn't your fault. I'm attorney Jeff Weinstein. Call me, I can help. Put my number in your phone, 903-677-5333.
Weinstein Law took care of my case in a timely manner. They made sure I got what I deserved.
Mr. Weinstein is fair and honest. He was right there every step of the way.
You may have to live with your injuries forever. Call now for a free consultation, 903-677-5333.
Trinity Valley has got an uphill climb. That might be the understatement of the night thus far, but a lot of time left in this ball game. They just got to, like you said going into the break there a few moments ago, you can't get all those points back in one trip, so be patient and get something positive going.
You're going to make a comeback happen on the defensive end when you fall into a 17-0 hole to start the game.
So with the ball back in Navarro's hands, they haven't had an opportunity to add to that lead. Drive to the basket up and good.
Navarro just continuing to pour it on.
Yeah, they've shot the ball well. They have been contested shots. Got to get some penetration, see if they can find the recipe for success. There it is. Get Robinson driving to the basket. Josh.
First points at the 13-16 mark.
Boy, that's some great D by Navarro. Now steps called. Trinity Valley played a little defense there and forcing the turnover.
You would expect a player like Josh Robinson to come in as a sophomore and take over a game if he has an opportunity to, and the Cardinals certainly need somebody to give him some scoring punch.
You talked about he had those moments. There's the turnover there on the road at Navarro that were very decisive. See if he can help spark it here today.
Josh is going to be called for the foul on a three-point attempt, so it's going to be 3 free throws coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's like the three-pointer layup. You know, basically you're shooting freebies here. Brandon Holly back in the ballgame. See if they can get him lighting up from three. A few weeks back, he's tied a three-point record with 10 in one ball game.
In women's action tonight in other finals, it was San Jacinto 102-83. Of course, the Lady Cardinals won 91-71. Panola beat Kilgore 71-70, and Jacksonville beat Parrish 77-58.
So that's good information to follow away as the Lady Cards get the win, and other conference action there. Now a 20-point lead, 22-2. LG for three. Not there. Ryan Preston trying to get that, but good clearing out defensively.
A little bit of panic now by the Cardinals. It's too early in the game to panic.
Yeah, you got to continue to play your offense, play your game. Good things will happen.
Navarro's playing with a lot of confidence.
Boy, are they, and there's a hand in the face and then some, and it still goes through. Bulldogs bench is enjoying this one as much as anybody. They're right there in this thing. Won't go, but Preston right place, right time, and finishes for Trinity Valley.
Ryan Preston's first points in the game as Edwards is going to be called for his second foul.
So Edwards.
I know you mentioned Brandon Holly was in the game now, Tim, and what he accomplished a few weeks ago, hitting 10 three-pointers in the game. The Cardinals need an instant offense kind of game out of him.
I was going to say, I'd just assume him break that record tonight. That'd be okay with me. And others, here's a three-pointer.
Navarro's just hitting everything. There's not a lot you can do about that if you're not going to step out and defend them.
D'Angelo Hunter this time seeing an exhibition of shooting tonight from Navarro. There's a ball that rattles out. Preston got a piece of it. Last touch by the Cardinals.
Hiram Edwards back into the game along with Josh Stamps. Chris is trying to find that right combination to stem this tidal wave that is the Navarro College Bulldogs to start the game.
Right out the storm here, and called for a travel there. So
first meeting between these two teams, it was 34-34 at halftime. Navarro almost has that with half this first half still to go.
That kind of puts it into perspective. They are shooting at a very, very high rate. Edwards will bring it around left side. Drive inside, knocked away. Now picked up by Hiron, driving, hanging. Won't get it to go, and there's a foul on Isaac Allen over the back. So under 11 minutes to go in this first half, and Navarro's playing as good a game as they've played.
Oh, it's the perfect game. They have played a perfect game to this point, minus a couple of turnovers there. It's been a perfect start. Shooting lights out, playing great defense.
See if the Cards can get that defense to come alive and get some easy points off some fast breaks.
Well, stop the presses. They missed a three-pointer.
Yeah. That is news, according to what's happened this first half. Stamps trying to create. Now Josh will step into one. Big basket from number 23, Josh Robinson.
Cardinals needed that. That's a little bit of a spark. Now if they'll come back and do it on the defensive end. Navarro does comes back and gets an answer, however. Eric McCullum with a banker.
Yeah, McCullum showed a lot of skill over the top.
And that's what we saw a lot of Hiron do over the game in Corsicana.
Yeah, and Hiron, he's trying to get back into that pattern because he was so unstoppable that day. If he wasn't making the layups, he was doing what he's doing now, going to the free throw line after drawing the foul, or passing it off for a three-pointer, wide open three. So.
Absolutely. Well, Cardinals are hitting 70.1% from the free throw line, but you couldn't tell it by that one by Hiron. Navarro came in averaging 69.1, shooting 69.1, I should say, from the free throw line.
See if they can get a spark here and get this thing going, get the crowd back into it. I thought that three from Josh was just what they needed. You could feel the crowd getting back into it, but they come right back and get an easy basket underneath.
But it's going to come down to defensive stops. It's
sure.
When you dug yourself a 22-point hole as it is now, you've got to get stops.
Now they're going to bring up press and reach here. It's going to be on Sheppard.
SHAMIEK Sheppard, that's his first. That's the team's sixth, so Navarro will be shooting the bonus the rest of the way.
There's a lot of
time left, too.
A lot of time left.
Navarro with just 2 team fouls at this point.
Kick out for 3 on the way. Rebound. Allen is going to draw the foul.
It's going to go against Keir Anderson. That's his first team foul, team third.
Keir out of Buffalo, New York. I don't know what the weather was in Corsicana today, but over in Athens, it's been pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Balmy February weather.
Must have been red hot over in Corsicana where the Bulldogs have come out shooting the ball.
I think you were right there. They can get things rolling here. Nice entry-level pass. Back door doesn't get it to fall, though. Fight for the loose ball. Sheppard goes up strong and finishes. SHAMIEK Sheppard with the basket.
Nice job by Sheppard of staying with that.
Got to continue to work defensively here. That's way off, but an offensive rebound. He lost it going out of bounds on the transfer.
You know what's the crazy thing about this is in Tyler last week or week before last, Navarro lost to the Apaches, I think it was 54-51.
Wow.
And in the first half, it might have been 64-61, but in the first half, Navarro just had 19 points. They didn't shoot the ball they were shooting tonight.
And they had that probably 5 minutes into this ball game. Looking back, they were unstoppable. Three-pointer from Robinson. Robinson answers. Josh Frog Robinson with his second 3 of the half.
Now out with 8 points.
Back the other end. Finishing on the putback is number 32. That's Eric McCullum.
Michael Anders was trying to get a timeout after that bucket, but the officials didn't see him.
Got a foul coming here. It's going to be called against Keir Anderson.
That's going to be his second foul.
Coach Landers letting him know. He's like, I called T for timeout.
Well, He was calling a timeout, but it's only a timeout if the officials see it, and they didn't see that. So in this case, he wasn't awarded.
Here is the inbound coming. You're right, though. Those stops defensively have got to happen twice on three-point makes by the Cardinals. They came back and got a quick 2, and that just kind of deflates the whole energy in here. It's like, okay, that 3 becomes 1.
And we have a nice crowd here. I mean, there's a lot of folks that come over from Corsicana. Of course, there's a big crowd here on the Cardinal perspective.
Robinson looking around right side to Edwards. Penetrates, hangs, shoots, can't get it to go. Sheppard last to touch it, out of bounds off his left finger.
Hiram Edwards is going to check back into the game for Stephen Edwards, and Ryan Preston is going to come back to the game for Isaac Allen. You appreciate a blue-collar player like J.C. Washington when he's not in the game.
Oh, isn't that the truth? He just does. He does
a lot of the little things.
All the things that you sometimes can take lightly or for granted.
Cardinals continuing to pressure defense.
There's a nice steal. Stamps to Robinson. Doesn't get the left hand to go, though.
A stop's got to be followed by points for it to be of any significance.
Yep. That one hurt him there. Stolen away. This time, Hiram's going to be called for the kick. So with 7:48 to go here in the first half, boy, the Cards are seem like every time they're about to get a little momentum going, they have another little snafu like that stops them.
Certainly got a steep hill to climb to come back from being down 19-0 at one point.
Long 3 on the way, answers. Timeout.
Yeah, Landers got his timeout this time.
I think he had to be a little more demonstrative that time, make sure he's on. It is now 35-13, 7:38 to go here in the first half of play. Rough start for the Cards. Dynamite out of the blocks for Navarro this time.
Talking about a Trinity Valley team that prior to just scoring the 82 points over Tyler on Saturday had in 4 straight games prior to that scored 94 points or more. So this just shows you what kind of defensive effort the Bulldogs have put on the floor so far to this point. Now, it's still plenty of game left, and the Cardinals are going to have to methodically break it down. And the best way to do that is by getting Hiram Edwards to penetrate and getting Josh Robinson and some of your outside shooting prowess to come through for you. But on the defensive end, they've got to do something about letting the Bulldogs spot up from beyond the arc and hit those 3-pointers.
Absolutely, and you know, they're addressing that on the sideline when they, check out of the game and during the timeouts. Here's a drive from Edwards, hanging, shooting, scoring. Hiram Edwards doing what he does. Nice basket for Hiram. Another 3-pointer. This is short. Robinson will pull it down. Trying to push the pace. Pulls up for 3. It's good. Hiram Edwards saying, "Feed me, coach." He looked over and gave him a gesture. He's a little, there's our play made defensively. They're making some noise all of a sudden, getting back in it with the defense.
Well, and you can sense the crowd from the Trinity Valley perspective getting back into it. Now there's a little bit of energy and buzz in the building. The Cardinals will pick up on that. But it's all been started on the defensive end. And then Edwards coming down and getting the drive, and then, of course, hitting the 3-pointer. And that's Trinity Valley basketball.
Under 7 to go here in the first half, and Cards trying to make a run. Here's a 3 from the left side will go. And a frustration foul coming on Sheppard. SHAMIEK.
And that's going to send the Bulldogs to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Yeah, that's when it really starts to dawn on you, man, how big those fouls will become now. We do have a timeout on the floor. It'll be a full timeout. So we will go to break. Cardinal Sports Network with Cardinals continuing on after this from Leon Spencer Court in Athens. It's a Trinity Valley.
You're in the emergency room or the doctor's office because of a car wreck that wasn't your fault. I'm attorney Jeff Weinstein. Call me, I can help. Put my number in your phone, 903-677-5333.
Weinstein Law took care of my case in a timely manner. They made sure I got what I deserved.
Mr. Weinstein is fair and honest. He was right there every step of the way.
You may have to live with your injuries forever. Call now for a free consultation, 903-677-5333.
Finding success in life is a journey. Whatever road you're on, take the next step at Trinity Valley Community College. Attend one of the highest-rated two-year colleges in America and receive a quality, affordable education. Visit tvcc.edu for more information.
And it's raining pink basketballs here.
Well, that's better than the three-pointers it's been raining from Navarro's.
I was going to say, can someone pull out an umbrella on those threes that the Bulldogs have been dropping? Because, man, they are out to a quick start, 35-18. But
it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better than it did.
A lot of basketball still to go. The Cardinals were in the process of making a run. I think Coach Leonard's got a good timeout in a few moments ago to kind of stop a little bit of that.
Well, if you're the Cardinals, you want to try to get within single digits by the half. That should kind of be your goal at this point. If you're, if you're 10 or 11, that's okay too, but you don't want to be much outside that 12-point range.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, how many times do you see a 12 or 13, something like that, but 18, it gets psychologically in your head. So you just cut it to single digits, get out of the double figures, and they'll have that opportunity now getting the ball after he gets that free throw to go.
Cardinals need to get LG3 involved in the offense. In the first game, he had 11 points against the Bulldogs. He is scoreless at this point.
There's a big one from Robinson on the way, won't go. LG with the offensive rebound, though, and then out of bounds off the Bulldogs.
It was knocked out of LG3's hands.
So, look like Whitehead last to touch that one, Tyler Whitehead. They will set it up, trying to move that ball in, get some penetration inside. Here's going to be a nice jam, and count the basket. Have an and one opportunity going to the free throw line, Ryan Preston.
It's that kind of aggressiveness that we saw over in Corsicana that really turned around that second half in the Cardinals' favor. So it's good to see that early on here as they're trying to build back from this huge Navarro lead at this point.
Yeah, it's big. It's 2 points. It's the same basket, but the way it happens with that energy and the intensity, the crowd up on their feet. So back down to 17.
Preston now with 5 points in the game.
Full court press. Nice trajectory change of the ball. Left it short. Preston with another putback on the offensive glass. Ryan Preston.
Now with 12 points, and we got a 14-point game now.
Yeah, a lot of energy in this arena right now. It's under 6 to go. And after being down 19, they've cut it to 14.
That's going to be 3 fouls now on Stephen Edwards.
Right, Stephen is checking out of the ball game. He's a little frustrated. He's like, I got hooked over there. Holly will come in. Love to see Brandon get kind of in the flow. He's the other night was as hot as anyone I've seen in a long time. But they need all hands on deck right now, Benny.
Stephen Edwards is the Student Athlete of the Month at the college. Was named Monday at the Cardinal Pride Luncheon. Got a 3.78 GPA.
Very cool stuff there, and I love to always see that in the highlight of the academic side of it. Stephen.
Transfer from Santa Clara University.
That one rattles out, so only 1 of 2.
Cardinals with a chance to claw their way back into this by the half.
Yeah, there's a lot of balls still to be held. LG pulls up, won't go. Out of bounds off of Navarro. Reset the shot clock. I guess, is that a foul or?
No, he had possession. There really meant he had possession, and then he fell
and then went out of bounds. Okay. Holly will take this one. Get set up here to Hiron.
A lot of dribbling going on, and usually when a lot of dribbling is going on, something bad's going to happen.
I got to get rid of that ball, find an open man, and make those crisp passes.
19 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time to get off a good shot. Boy, a bucket would just be huge here. Get it within 13.
Yeah, it's going to do probably more for this fan base than it will the players as much. There's a drive, a take, a score. Count the basket for number 11, Hiram Edwards. He's got 8 in this first half. Another good defensive stop. Out of bounds off the Cards.
Chris Bauma's working his way down the baseline there, protesting that call, asking him to get some help. The other official on the side from the bench is telling Chris to step back towards the bench area.
That's going to be picked off. Here come the Cards. Hiram Edwards, pass off to LG. That may be a good hard foul there. He'll go to the free throw line.
Tyler Whitehead's going to be called with the foul. You kind of feel that momentum shifting now, Tim.
Yeah, there is a great point in a game where you sense it. It's almost like the tide of an ocean. It's just back and forth. Well, it's definitely the Cards' time right now.
It was 28-4 at one point, so you do the math from that point forward, and the Cardinals have done a nice job of getting back in the game as LG3 puts his first point in the book.
So LG has another one still to go. Coming on for the Cardinals, Hiram going to take a seat. I give DION MACK a chance to give him a spell, give him a little breather here with under 5 to go in the first half.
We're down to an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs.
LG coming through that time. That defense is, you've been talking about defense. They're making them work as they're going 94 feet with pressure, getting the rebound here. Chance to cut it to under double digits. Get it down to singles. Here's a nice look inside. Lost it on the way up.
I think Ryan Preston's going to be called for the foul inside. That's going to be his first personal foul. Team 9, so Navarro will be at the 1-and-1. Navarro's also got 17 fouls now, so the Cardinals will be shooting the rest of the way. An 11-point game. You just feel this crowd is back into this now from a Trinity Valley perspective.
Absolutely, they are, and got a lot of ball still to go here with free throws the rest of this first half. 4:26 left. Clawing their way back. I think that's a pretty good description. Gets that first one to go.
Josh Robinson and Hiram Edwards lead the Cardinals with 8 points each. Ryan Preston has 7. Leader for the Bulldogs is number 0, D'Angelo Hunter. He's got 14 points. The first time around, Kier Anderson had 16 against the Cardinals. And Calvin Anderson had 12 to lead the way for the Bulldogs. They were the only 2 players in double figures.
Well, that's certainly probably changing tonight when they got 40 up in the first half with still 4 to go. Cards trying to set it up around little motion offense. Holly for 3, right wing. Won't go. Rebound out of bounds off of Navarro. It will be Cardinal basketball.
Nice job by Ryan Preston of battling inside and forcing the ball to go out of bounds off the Bulldogs. Nice crowd on hand here tonight.
LG entry-level pass. 3-pointer on the way. Edwards' shot won't go. Saved by that baseline. Here come the Bulldogs.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can withstand that Cardinal rally now and extend this lead further.
Steps into that one. 3-pointer won't go. Hiram wanting to push. Got Edwards pushing now off to Holly. Had it blocked. Is out of bounds. And that will be off the Cardinals.
Yeah, Holly was on the floor. The ball makes contact with him. He's across the end line, so the ball will go back to the Bulldogs. And that was a chance for the Cardinals to cut further into the Navarro lead.
Great defensive play there. Got up and got the ball, and don't insult to injury as they don't get the ball on the inbound after you landed on it. Out of bounds, they turned it over. Navarro's giving the Cards a chance here.
Hey, you've got to capitalize if you're the Cardinals when you're trying to fight back with what was once a 24-point deficit.
Yeah, you're at that point in this half where, hey, you've withstood it. Now you got to cut into it.
A lot of times you spend a lot of energy wiping out a deficit that sometimes you don't have enough to finish.
See if they can
10 on the shot clock.
Get a big cut of it out of the way before half. Here's a 3 on the way. Does it go? Rebound is pulled down by number 3, Hilaire actually. Pass right baseline, shot. Won't go. Good defensive stand there from Preston. Out of bounds off of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Cardinals Navarro's coming up with blanks on these trips on the offensive end, but if the Cardinals don't capitalize, it's nothing more than just wasted opportunity.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy being expended right now in this run. These guys are they're laying it all out on the floor, and there's still the second half. So you're right. We'll see how much is left in the reserve for the final stretch in the second half. Preston up off the glass.
There's another opportunity. There's 3 straight opportunities now the Cardinals have come away with empty.
Inside the jumper is good. Back up to a 15-point lead.
Navarro.
Hiron brings it up. Sets it up over on the left side. Boy, he's quick all the way up and good.
Now with 10 points in the game.
2 minutes to go here at Trinity Valley on the campus of TVCC, Athens, Texas. Stolen away. Here come the Cardinals. LG trying to push with numbers. Edwards up and good. Cuts it to an 11-point game with under 2 minutes to go.
We said if they could get within single digits, it would be a big plus for the Cardinals, and if they can keep it around 10 or 11, that would be okay too.
You know, when you get on the ball's knocked away, when you get on a run like that, though, do you find yourself, I know I do, getting a little greedy? Because a few moments ago at 24, you're thinking, well, we can get it to 12. Now you're like, get it down to 10 or so. But you're right. You get there in that range, everybody's okay. You just got to hope that down the stretch there's enough in the tank.
Well, if the Cardinals could be within single digits at half, they would almost feel like they won the first half based on the way that the first half started, I would think.
I would agree, because are you going to continue to shoot like that?
Clutch. That's just clutch there from D'Angelo Hunter. Now with 17 points in the game.
That is a big shot there from Hunter, and they continue to light it up from downtown. Driving. Pass off of the hands of Sheppard over to Robinson. Boy, that's a couple of times I thought that ball was not going to be controlled. They do. So big break there. Still 8 on the clock. Hiron pulls up for 3. Count the basket. Hiron Edwards.
15 points now in the contest. We're at an 11-point Navarro lead.
Travel coming here. No, there will be a tie-up. Let go.
It's going to be more than that if they don't separate the players.
He threw a punch, and the ball will remain Navarro ball. I'm glad to see that nobody got in the middle of what could have very easily escalated. Cardinals fans on their feet here.
And the Cardinal football team is generating some excitement in this crowd now, as you can make them hear.
Yeah, it's a
possession error belongs to the Bulldogs. 47.5 seconds in the first half. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
They'll set it up out top. Cardinals trying to battle here all the way back, thrown by as many as 24 earlier in this ball game. Pass baseline shot, reverse layup is good.
Cardinals can play for the final shot.
They will hold it for one here.
Have a chance to get it within 10.
See what Hiron likes to do here. Can't get that one to fall. 2.8 left. No way. That's going to be 2 free throws with 0.3 on the clock. You just got to back away on that.
That's going to be 3 fouls now on SHAMIEK Sheppard.
80 feet away from the basket at least.
Will change the whole complexion of the way the first half could have ended if Navarro is able to hit both of these free throws and have put 49 points up here in this first half.
Here he goes, the first one. It is good. Well, that's a big moment. You're right, to close it out.
But still, 15 points, it looks a lot better than the 24 did at one point.
Oh, sure. And he gets that one to go. And the thing that Coach Bowman's going to say is, guys, you know what? They were about as hot as anybody could be. They're not going to continue to shoot that way because we're going to play even better defense and make our own run.
So we're at halftime, and the Cardinals trail 49-34. We'll break down the Cardinals scoring for you. Hiron Edwards has 15. Josh Robinson has 8. Ryan Preston has 7. Leon Gilmore III has 2. SHAMIEK Sheppard has 2. The Bulldogs are led in the first half by D'Angelo Hunter. He's got 17. And Conrad Chambers Jamar Martin has 11. So we are at halftime. We will step away here and we will join you with about 5 minutes left at the half. You are watching Cardinal basketball on the Cardinal Sports Network. Back at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym where we are at halftime, and you can see there on your computer screen that the Navarro College Bulldogs have come in here and taken a 49-34 lead over the #1 ranked Cardinals here on this Wednesday night. And I'm talking about how the whole complexion of a half can change. The Cardinals fouled with 0.3 seconds left. They were down trailing 13. Navarro comes down, he capitalizes, hits 2 free throws. And yeah, I know it's only 2 points, but just from a mental perspective, you think, well, at 13, you seem like you're a lot closer than 15 does, and I know it's only 2 points.
Yeah, but it also the point of the call where it happens, you're 80 feet from the basket. It's one thing to have that happen underneath the goal you're defending. It's a totally different thing to have it at that point with 0.2 anyway. But well, it's tough to swallow. But yeah, that 15-point deficit is definitely achievable. But there is still a lot of work to do here as we get ready for the second half.
If you're just joining us, Navarro jumped out to a 19-0 lead before the Cardinals scored with 13-16 left in the first half, and Navarro's lead grew to 24 at the 11:29 mark when they led 28-4. Yes, 28-4. So if you look at it now from a standpoint of this 49-34, you can see the Cardinals made up a bunch of ground there. They've still got a lot of ground to make up, but they certainly have gotten themselves in the neighborhood of being able to pull out a win as opposed to where it stood at that point when it was 28-4.
And if you are thinking this thing is going to be anything but exciting down the stretch, I think it's going to be a great second half. I think we saw a taste of it. A lot of energy in this gym just a few moments before the end of the half. So I expect that to continue down the stretch here in the second.
I find it interesting to point out that at halftime of the game in Corsicana that the Cardinals won 94-79. that the score was tied at the half, 34-34, and Navarro is 49-34 at the half, of course, in this one. But in that game, the Cardinals had a 60-point second half, which is phenomenal to do at any time. But when you do it on the road at Corsicana, it just shows you what potential is there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you think about that. That is obviously one of the things that, you know, they're going to have that kind of an output. They're more than capable. Maybe not even need that much. Just bring the defense like you talked about. And good things happen when you're playing tough, hard-nosed defense.
The Cardinals were led in the first half by Hiram Edwards with 15 points. The Cardinals just now returning to the floor with 2 minutes left in the intermission. Navarro was led by D'Angelo Hunter, who had 17 points in the first half, and he was backed up by Jamar Martin, who had 11 points. Martin is the leading scorer on the season for the Bulldogs with a 15.4 scoring average and had 49 three-pointers coming into the contest. So yeah, I think that the keys for the Cardinals are going to be obviously to not let Navarro experience that freedom beyond the three-point arc and hit any of those shots. And then you certainly have got to have the stops defensively, but then you've got to finish on the offensive end. Early on, we saw the Cardinals miss some shots from point-blank range, but I credit Navarro with that great start with its defensive effort and the fact that it denied Hiram Edwards the freedom to penetrate in those first 10 minutes. Now, beyond that point, I thought Hiram kind of found the groove that he had over in Corsicana. So it'll be interesting to see what halftime adjustments both coaches made at halftime to try to, in the Cardinals' case, come back and win this one, or in the Bulldogs' case, to pull it out and pull off a major upset, defeating the #1 team in the nation at home.
And I think it's, you know, we've talked about the perspective of the Cardinals, what they talked about, the adjustments they'll make. I think it's also important to note, how does Navarro approach this? You got to continue to play to win. Oftentimes you see teams, they start playing not to lose. That's a different team. So I think Coach Landers will more than have his team ready to go and attack and continue to battle.
We are 49-34 at the half. The first possession will belong to the Cardinals, and with the play-by-play, Tim Howard.
Thank you, Benny Rogers. It is a 49-34 deficit for Trinity Valley, #1 team in junior college basketball. They're playing at home tonight, and boy, I love seeing them down the stretch, though. When they were on that roll, everything was right with the world for a few moments. They're going to try and get it back there in the second half. Starting it out for the Cards, it will be Edwards as well as Stamps, LG3, Allen, and Robinson on the floor for the Cards to start the second half.
Cardinals have Stephen Edwards and SHAMIEK Sheppard with 3 fouls both in the first half, but neither on the floor here to start the second half.
Long three to start it, and it's going to be picked up by LG3. Showed some quickness to get to that ball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Drive left baseline, kick out. Attacking the basket. Nice save. Good sportsmanship there by Tyler Whitehead. LG could have landed really awkwardly, and he didn't just slow him down. He actually caught him. So
foul's going to go against Hunter. That's going to be his second.
Free throws coming here at the line for the Cardinals. Josh Stamps.
Not the way to come back.
Going to have to hit them free throws because every trip down the floor starts to matter early in this second half.
Josh is yet to score, and he's averaging 12.2 on the season.
That one nearly rattled out, but he does get the bounce. Here's the break. They get down the floor, and looked like they had almost forced a turnover, but good quickness to put it up and over the top. 16-point lead. Over the last couple of games, since most of that game in Tyler, J.C. Washington was out, and you really see the effect he has in the middle. Here's a shot for three, won't go.
Well, the Cardinals not getting any rebounding inside, and that's where they missed J.C. Washington tremendously.
Yeah. Really a tough force down low. Won't go. Rebound, LG3. Cardinals want to push. They will drive inside. Edwards high off the glass. Cannot get it to fall. The other end going up. That's going to be an intentional foul called against LG3. They're talking about it, but he's already made that signal. Looked like he was making an attempt on the ball. It was a hard foul, don't get me wrong. But
it absolutely was.
Did make an attempt. Here is the first coming here. Missed that first one. Preston's coming on momentarily. Looks like he'll be coming on for Isaac Allen. It's that flow. Now they'll get the ball underneath. Card's got to find some kind of magic here down the stretch here. And a lot of balls still to go, but you
don't want to wait too long. You don't want to wait too long to find that spark.
Yeah, and you've got a good block from Preston. You've got to consider how much you'll have left to expend as far as energy is concerned. You got to make a real push early. Robinson with the drive up and good. Goes with the left hand.
Robinson now with 10 points in the game.
Looks like the Bulldogs are going to be very content to run plenty of clock. Knocked away down low, picked up by Preston. Here come the Cards. Robinson to LG, the basket is good. Don't underestimate that catch right on the baseline by Frog Robinson. And there's a Bulldog shaking up on the other end.
Cardinals now within 13 points.
Not sure, I didn't see what happened down there, did you?
I didn't see
I was looking on this. But I'll go back to that baseline play there. RG3, he caught the ball, put it up and good, but Robinson catches that ball and just flicks it right before going out. That was a really nice play before stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, the Cardinals needed to score off of that defensive stop as well, and they've been ashamed to throw the ball away and turn the ball back over.
Saved the day there.
When you're trying to come back from such a large deficit as they have faced tonight, it takes every stop. You've got to be able to capitalize. I believe that's, who's that shaking up? I can't see.
I believe that's number 3 by St. Hilaire out of Brooklyn, New York. 6'2" freshman.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is number 3.
Got him sitting up right now, so that's a good posture for him. Now they're going to get him all the way up. Going to get a pretty nice ovation from the Cardinal fans as well as Bulldogs. So down to a 13-point ball game here.
And there with the Bulldog with the ball.
And the defense is really the spark you're talking about. Who's going to be that spark? When they put that press on and they're able to get quick points off that, it is tough to cross. Shot on the way, won't go. LG with the rebound. Gets it to Edwards. Cards with numbers. They'll drive, hang, shoot. Can't finish, but on the putback, it's good. Count the basket for Highland Edwards.
Edwards now with 17 points. The Cardinals within 11.
Trying to crack the 10-point code. There's a foul coming on Preston.
It's going to be 2 now on Ryan Preston.
17:02 to go here in this second half of play.
Ryan's a 6'7" freshman out of Brooklyn, New York. Want to keep him on the floor. Very smooth player inside for the Cardinals.
Caught a break there as that one just scooted right off the cylinder. Thought it was going to go through. Coach Bucket took a moment there to have a timeout, one-on-one basically for Preston. Got him back on the post just in time. So with a 11-point lead, 17 minutes to go here in this ball game, Cards able to cut underneath that 10-point deficit here with a little motion. Perhaps, we'll see. Up and over, hit the front end of the rim, climbed up and dropped through. Nice bucket from Robinson.
Robinson now with 12 points.
And there's a quick comebacker on the other end and a timeout on the floor. 16:39 to go. It's going to be a 30, looks like. So with back up to 12 here. It is one of those battles that you look at, Benny, and it becomes, yeah, you're expending a lot of energy. It's a physical challenge, but now it becomes emotionally because, okay, we're under that 10, and then they come back and get the quick one. It is a battle emotionally as well.
Well, it is. The Cardinals have to keep hanging around that 10 or 11-point deficit mark and then try to find that one spurt in there to maybe reel off 5, 6, 7 points. And then I think if they do that, the pressure on this game kind of shifts over from Navarro. Can they hold on? The pressure's been all on the Cardinals now since this game started. They're the ones that's been playing with a lot of stress. But I think you can shift that. If you can get within 5, 6 points, suddenly Navarro's going to have to start having some doubts about, can we hang on the road like this?
Can we really continue to shoot the three like we have? Can we overcome this crowd who's going to get in this ball game? They've certainly been loud when they've had opportunity.
15 on the shot clock.
Got the screen, and now they'll pull the baseline jumper. That won't go, though.
Yeah, the Cardinals are only getting one-shot opportunities, though, when they miss, and they've got to come back and get on the boards. And, again, that's when you miss a J.C. Washington.
Yeah, they certainly miss him tonight. Stephen Edwards about to come on for the Cardinals. 16 to go in the ball game. Pass back outside, it's knocked away. Here comes Hiram Edwards. Up and off the glass, trying to protect himself.
Opportunities.
That's another two that they let get away. It's knocked away. Edwards going up for the layup, and it is good.
Hiram Edwards now with 19 points in the game. In the first meeting against Navarro, he had 21.
So it's a 10-point ball game, 15:25 to go. If you're just tuning in, the Cardinals were down at 1 point, 28-4. Out of control, the basketball is rebounded by Stamps, Edwards, and LG pushing up and under, and can't get it to go, but LG 3 there for the putback. It's good! Gilmore picks up his 6th point of the evening. Gets the basket. Preston takes a bump and winds up on the baseline 10 feet away. It's a battle in the valley. 14:53 to go. Full timeout here. 10-point ball game. We're going to keep it here. Will be a media timeout, so we'll go to the break here. 57-47, Cards on the mend. Coming back, you're hearing it, singing it on the Cardinal Sports Network. More after this.
You're in the emergency room or the doctor's office because of a car wreck that wasn't your fault. I'm attorney Jeff Weinstein. Call me, I can help. Put my number in your phone, 903-677-5333.
Weinstein Law took care of my case in a timely manner. They made sure I got what I deserved.
Mr. Weinstein is fair and honest. He was right there every step of the way.
You may have to live with your injuries forever. Call now for a free consultation, 903-677-5333.
back to action here. The Cardinals will bring it up the floor, trying to cut into that 10-point lead.
Got lucky there they didn't turn the ball over.
It's 49-34 at intermission. Now it's a 10-point lead. Holly for three. Hits the basket. Brandon Holly gets the crowd on their feet.
Suddenly it's a 7-point game, 57-50.
Pass back out. They had an opportunity. LG with a quick hands. LG three. Leon Gilmore to the third on that play. You're right, Benny. You said it way back when it was 19-0. It's going to take defensive stops, and we're seeing that here. Pushing from all ends. Trap in the corner. They'll throw that back court. The ball did cross the midcourt stripe.
And Tim, with 14-10 left now, you've got a 7-point game. This is what I'm talking about or talked about earlier. I think now if you can get another bucket here, the pressure kind of starts shifting on Navarro's back a little bit.
I agree. It's one thing to come out and have that early lead and everybody's hitting three after three after three. It's another thing to weather the storm and have the crowd get back into it. Great entry-level pass. And off the foot of LG.
Yeah, LG was trying to make a move and dribble the ball off his foot, so that's unfortunate the Cardinals turn it over there with a chance to cut into the 7-point Navarro lead. But it's a lot of time left in this game. We just crossed the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, and it is. It's going to be a fun final 14 minutes, isn't it? You hope. A lot of effort on both sides of the ball. Left side, the three-pointer on the way, won't go.
Navarro with the rebound.
Edwards as well as Preston coming in at the next stoppage of play. Three-pointer short. Finally controlled by number one. Edwards driving, basket, Cardinals, Stephen Edwards. Stephen with his first points in the second half. Three-pointer. Right back down the floor comes
Lamar Martin comes up big for the Bulldogs with a three-pointer. Back to an 8-point lead.
That's why it's a huge moment in that ball game. You get the momentum shift right away after the made basket underneath. They come back with a big three. Cannot get that with a fall as Josh leads it off the rim. On the floor, Card's going to tie him up.
Possession's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
So with 12:40 to go here in this ball game, it's 8-point lead for Navarro. LG checks out. Holly checks out. So on the floor right now for Trinity Valley, you got Preston, Robinson, Edwards, Sheppard, and Stephen Edwards. Three-pointer. That's a dagger right there as Ryan Preston is coming at you, full extension.
Just like that, it goes back up to an 11-point Navarro lead with back-to-back three-pointers. Cardinals have to answer.
Preston pass off to SHAMIEK. Sheppard. Sheppard lost it on the way up, but because he got fouled in the process.
Foul's going to be charged to Tyler Whitehead.
So Whitehead picks up the foul.
2 team fouls on both teams.
That's his second foul of the night as well.
Sheppard's at the line with 2 points on the night and 3 personal fouls.
Free throws, and they're all going to be huge down the stretch. Here is one on the way.
Missed badly.
Second one up and missed that one. At some point you start thinking about the fatigue factor and what that does to free throws and passes, and that you gotta win on so many levels when you've got to expend so much energy to try and come back 12 minutes to go in this ball game. 11-point lead for Navarro. Basket won't go. Rebound is taken. Preston taps it away. It is controlled by Stephen Edwards. Back off to Hiram Edwards. Driving on the floor. They will call it a foul on number 3. St. Hilaire.
That's his first personal foul.
Glad to see him able to check back into the ball game after being shaken up earlier.
3 team fouls now on the Bulldogs. The Cardinals have 2 team fouls at the 11:42 mark. LG3 getting ready to check back into the game for the Cardinals.
Threw that ball away. Holly's coming on.
Yeah, you can't afford to give away possessions.
Boy, that is a huge opportunity missed by the Cardinals.
In tennis, that would have been an unforced error there.
Tell you what, there's a
crucial moment in the game, I think. Navarro has withstood. Cardinals got within 5. Navarro felt the pressure. They answered with back-to-back 3-pointers.
Yeah, defining moment, and that one's left short. Rebound Preston. Had it knocked away momentarily, but gathers it. Here comes Hiram Edwards. Here's the kick out for 3 to Robinson. Won't go.
Cardinals are getting one and done.
Yeah.
They're getting one shot from the perimeter, and they're not getting their board. They just are not getting any second shot opportunities, and that will just literally kill you in a comeback attempt.
You gotta have some help on the offensive glass if you're wearing the Cardinal logo tonight. It's a pass off in the paint. He got trapped in the air. Good job defensively there. Well, fastball it, running the break. The shot won't go, but LG3 is there to finish for Trinity Valley.
LG3 now with 8 points.
Still a 9-point deficit. Knocked away off the hands of Leon Gilmore III.
Josh Stamps is checking back into the game for the Cardinals. For the Bulldogs, Eric McCullum is back into the contest. He averages 9 points and 6.3 rebounds. A freshman out of New York, 6'8".
Lots of in and out here for the Cards.
Stephen Edwards back into the game. Comes in for Hiram Edwards.
Hiram going to check out for the time being. Oh, he got away with one there perhaps. Shot won't go. Ryan Preston clears it.
Great job of body control going over the top and pulling down the rebound.
Holly sends it around the perimeter. Shot on the way, won't go. It's going to be side out Cardinals.
They call it on the floor. Be the 4th team foul now against the Bulldogs.
Kier Anderson will pick up the foul. Sophomore out of Buffalo, New York. Wait, missed it point blank that time. Got numbers, trying to push. Good closeout though, good hustle by the Cardinals to get back.
Again, the Cardinals are just getting one shot on the offensive end.
Fight for the loose ball, controlled by Leon Gilmore III.
You've got to shoot at a pretty high percentage if you're not going to get any boards.
Yeah, that's a most accurate point here. Edwards, left side, a lot of contact. Getting back down the floor, going up, challenging him, and he missed it. It's getting a little bit out of control here. A lot of that has to do with both teams and the fatigue that has got to be coming up on both sides.
That's the 3rd personal foul on Ryan Preston, the 3rd team foul of the half.
9-point lead for the Navarro Bulldogs, trying to add to it here. Gets the first one.
Offense coming back out on the floor in the forms of Hiram Edwards and Josh Robinson. They may have to go the distance almost in this comeback attempt. They'll probably get one more breather.
You know, these guys are some of the best conditioned athletes out there. When you see them grabbing the shorts, you know that because basketball is just such a, you gotta be in shape, especially in Region 14, man.
11-point Navarro lead.
Hyra driving in amongst the trees, has it blocked, out of bounds. It will be Cardinal basketball.
Hyra's done a pretty good job of driving tonight, but unlike in Corsicana, Navarro has done a better job of collapsing on him as opposed to Navarro that night.
Yeah, it's been a difference maker. Shot on the way, gets the touch, and the roll is good from LG3.
LG3 now with 10 points.
Working hard on the defensive side of the ball. They escaped the trap there.
9-point Navarro lead.
Forcing it down low. Foul going to be called here on Josh Stamps.
It's going to be Josh's second team foul, team fourth.
So 8:54 to go in this ball game. They're going to get a couple of cracks at it at the free throw line here. Going to the line, it will be Aaron McCullum, 6'8" freshman from Newburgh, New York. This is the first one.
It's going to take a spurt at some point on the Cardinals' part if they're going to maintain their #1 national ranking and 21-game winning streak.
Got 1 of 2 at the line.
2 here and 2 there just aren't going to do it. And they're going to have to find a way on the offensive end to get more than 1 shot. That's a good way to do it.
That's a good start. Josh Stamps cuts it to a 7-point game, 66-59. Knocked away, ball on the floor, finally picked up, knocked away again. Here come the Cardinals. Edwards knifing his way to the basket, passed off to Robinson. It will be Cardinal basketball. Our foul coming here on Josh. Let's see.
No, it's going to go against Navarro. That's going to be the Bulldogs' 15th foul.
Josh just fired up about the moment.
There's an opportunity on the break for the Cardinals, but they need to capitalize here.
7-point ball game. The Cardinals needing to get close here. Stamps feeling it, steps into it.
1 shot though.
Yep. Not the one that, like you said, you got to shoot a pretty high percentage when it's 1 and done time. Creeping in on that 8-minute mark here. Shot on the way, nothing but air. Robinson to Stamps, up strong, basket! And 1 opportunity here with 7:58 to go in the ball game. That's a nice take.
That's going to be the 16th foul on the Bulldogs, so the Cardinals will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
What? He's come alive in the last couple of moments. Missed that one though. He had the 3, and then that would have been another 3. 5-point ball game. Knocked away, passed off. Here come the Cardinals. Up and good for Josh Robinson. Out here for Coach Landers. Listen to this crowd. It's a 3-point game. It was 24 early on. Cardinals are within 3.
The pressure has now moved over to the Bulldogs to try to hold on here this last 7:40. Not saying they can't, because they've certainly shown that ability tonight. But I'm just saying we've seen the ebb and flow in this game, and now then the Cardinals have got momentum and have pulled within 3. The crowd is definitely into it. You come down now, if you're the Cardinals, you want to get a good defensive stop, maybe convert and get within 1. But the thing about it is it's doable now. It's doable now. When it was 15-16, you were hoping it's doable, but now you've gotten it within 3, and certainly with this much time there is in this game left, it's very doable.
It's one of those points in the season that could be that defining moment, that milestone marker. Every national champion team will tell you there's a point in the season where we really took it to another level. This is not something you want to flirt with. There was a time earlier they did it this year, but if you can find a way against a tough rival like Navarro to come all the way back, what would that mean to your program?
Well, no, it would be huge, but and then from a Navarro perspective, you're talking about a defining moment of the season. It would be for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Because you've had some misfortune go your way as far as some eligibility issues that's knocked you out of the conference race from the standpoint of winning a conference title. but it can send you into the regional tournament with a ton of momentum and believing that you can go through you've beaten the #1 team in the nation on his home floor. So what's to say you can't beat the other teams down in Lufkin at the regional tournament? So it's big for both teams. I mean, this is a huge game. I mean, yes, the Cardinals have got the conference title wrapped up in the #1 seed at the regional tournament, but there's far more at stake here tonight for both these two teams.
I love the environment, though. This is what it's about right here, getting everybody in the flow. It is a fun-filled gym tonight. 7:40 to go, 3-point ball game.
Cardinals are in the bonus the rest of the way.
Drive to the basket, nice touch, could not finish. The rebound is going to be taken by LG. Here come the Cardinals, they want to run. Kick out for three, on the way, it's up. It is no good, but LG with the rebound.
Shoots it off the side of the glass.
Cards got to get back. You got to slow the pace there as they do. They got in front of him. Can't get that to go. The putback is good. Big basket for Navarro. Buys him that, gets that lead back up to 5. Hiron trying to create. LG will pull up for 3. Won't go. There's Preston with a putback.
Finally an offensive rebound.
Ryan Preston with a big one there. Back to a 3-point ball game. Underneath, that was too easy.
Nice job by Hunter.
You're going to see a couple of points in this ball game where right now it's hey, you got to catch your breath a little bit. There's some guys doing just that.
That was Tyler Whitehead on the move, I should say.
Drive up. They'll call it out for no shot, but free throws the rest of the way here.
It's going against Anderson. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. That's his 4th personal foul, rather. 7th team foul.
So going to the free throw line here, it's going to be Josh Stamps.
So Anderson averages 14.7 on the game, and he's going to have to come to the bench with 4 fouls now at the 6:03 mark.
Stamps was shooting 81% earlier in the year. See how he does on this trip here. That is money in the bank right there.
Now with 7 points in the game, 4-point game.
Still got one more to go here. Shot is good. Josh will sit down, and coming on for him, Stephen Edwards.
Edwards with 3 personal fouls back on the floor. The Cardinals with 4 team fouls. Navarro with 7, 6:03.
Everybody's getting their money's worth tonight here as Navarro's got numbers. They break the press up and under. It's good. Can't give them that. That's huge for Navarro, just pushing it down.
Cardinals were just lazy getting back there. They let Navarro force the action.
Yep, and those will tend to haunt you the rest of the night if you don't put them into that. Preston trying to set the screen. Hiron throws that one off of a Bulldog.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Still got plenty of time to set something up here.
Josh Stamps checking back into the game. Coming in for Josh Robinson. Josh a little bit frustrated. I think that's some fatigue as well.
I was going to say, you know, as tired as these guys are, nobody wants to come out of the ball game still. That's the kind of energy that's here tonight. They all want to be in there. 5 on the clock. Hiron, 3 seconds, pulls up, top of the key. Won't go, and that's a shot clock violation.
Great job of defending the Cardinals that time by the Bulldogs, forcing a shot clock violation, trying to stretch now a 5-point lead.
Yeah, credit to Navarro. They've felt the storm come, and a couple of times the back and forth they've withstood. So they're playing well down the stretch.
Cardinals have 2 fouls to give.
approaching that 5-minute mark of this ball game. Up and under. Left it short. Preston rebounds it. Here comes Edwards. Hiron, right side.
They moved Hiron over to a wing. Now back out to the front.
Steps in for three. That won't go. Sheppard tried to get there but could not.
One and done.
4:35 to go in this ball game. Up and under. Won't go. Preston climbing the boards. Cleared out over to Edwards. Stephen will bring it up the floor. In rhythm shot. Won't go. Preston try to finish. Picks it up. Knocked away. Still 5-point lead with 4:10 to go. Tenacious defense though, still trying to battle. That's the roll on the shot there. It's back up to a 7-point lead. LG will check in momentarily.
7-point Navarro lead.
Baseline jumper, shot's good. Josh Stamps.
Stamps with 10 points now, all in the second half.
We got a timeout on the floor here. Will be a full timeout. It is a 5-point lead for Navarro. We'll take a break. No, we'll keep it here as the Cardinals are getting down to the final moments here. 5-point lead with under 4 to go.
Well, it's all about stops now for the Cardinals, and then you've got to come down and you've got to get far more aggressive on the board that you've been, because we've had so many opportunities now. The Cardinals they've come down and had opportunities, but just gotten the one shot.
Yeah.
There's been very few second shot opportunities. Ryan Preston had one a few minutes ago, but that's pretty much been the extent of it.
For the second half, most of this ballgame, Navarro has done a great job controlling the boards. And how big has it been in that rotation of having J.C. Washington out now for this game? And hopefully they'll be able to get away from that tonight, get by without him tonight. But boy, it's going to be a necessary all-hands-on-deck kind of night.
Well, it is, and it would be a great escape act if the Cardinals could figure out a way in this final 3 minutes and 40 seconds to wipe out the remainder of that deficit and to pull out a win. But you got to give credit to Navarro tonight. They've come in, jumped out to just the perfect start, and we're ahead 28 to 4. I mean, that's just crazy in this league to see a team get off to such a great start, and then for the Cardinals to just still be in it. That says a lot about the Cardinals.
It does.
But the question is, can you finish it now?
Yeah, it's an emotional battle here in Cardinal Gym. Full court press coming here. They're going to try and get something happening. Splitting the defense.
You've got to cover up the backside of the defense, though, when you go up in that all-out press.
Shot on the way, won't go. Robinson pulls it down for the Cardinals. Over on the right side, setting it up. Pulls the trigger, the three, won't go. LG there for an offensive rebound. He'll kick out to Robinson for three. The legs aren't there. The putback, though, won't go.
Stamps with the putback, we would not fall. Opportunities for the Cardinals are wasted.
3 minutes left. You went to it early. You said how much energy would they have, and I think I'm seeing that a little bit in the shots here. As the legs are so much, even at the free throw line, you use those legs and you use all that energy that you got to have something left. It's going to be tough to do.
Josh Stamps forces the turnover, and the Cardinals get the ball back, still with a shot. It's just a two-possession game, but you've got to capitalize and convert.
So, Frog going to get a little breather here. See if Holly can come through.
Navarro's definitely going to guard out beyond the three-point arc. There's no doubt about it. If they give him something cheap inside, so be it.
Driving to the basket. Nice jump stop shot. Basket is good to Edwards.
Now with 21 points. 3-point game.
This is a big possession here. Foul on Josh Stamps.
That's going to be his third.
So Josh now with 10 points a game, third foul of the night. Coach Ballman pleading his case, saying he was on the floor. Should have been on the floor.
Going to send Anderson to the free throw line. Anderson with 3 points in the game. He had 16 in the first meeting between these two teams.
It's a first, that's a big one there. Back up to a 4-point lead.
Every possession critical now the rest of the way. Both teams with plenty of timeouts. Navarro has 2 left. The Cardinals have 3. 2:24. Cardinals are in the bonus, and the Cardinals only have 5 team fouls.
They'll set it up, Holly, a little motion offense. Brandon for 3, shot, won't go. LG trying to get the rebound. Hiron will actually track it down. He's got to get the shot. Don't count the basket, though. It's on the floor out front. Well, to the free throw line, though, with, as you mentioned, the bonus.
Ryan Preston and Josh Robinson checking back into the game for the Cardinals at the 2:10 mark, a 5-point game. Hiron Edwards has a chance to move it to a 3-point game. Hiron's got 21 points in the game tonight. He had 21 in the first meeting against Navarro. Free throw's not going to count. We had a play for K basketball come out onto the floor.
See if Hiron can continue, though, at the line. He early on, 91% on the year. Gets that one to go. Well, both these teams have poured it out on this floor tonight, haven't they?
They absolutely have.
The fatigue has just been the lack of fatigue. I know there are going to be some tired bodies when it's said and done. This is the second one, though. Big one there. 4-point lead with 2:05 to go.
Cardinals have a foul to give.
Kick ball, it's taken away. They'll get it down too far.
And going to throw it away.
Put too much on it. So with under 2 to go.
That was an opportunity.
Yeah, you're down 4 points here. That would have pulled them within 2.
Sometimes you spend so much energy to come back that you don't have enough to finish.
Yeah. Timeout taken here. Coach Landers,
well,
a little frustrated, but he can't afford to turn it over there.
He can't afford to turn it over, but I know how Michael feels about players calling a timeout on the – he likes to be the one to call the timeouts unless he's changed his philosophies from the time he was here.
Yeah, it's going to be a full timeout here. The benefit there for the Cards, maybe they get enough in that energy factor here to do something. We got 60-second timeout now, so Cards will have a chance to talk it over here.
Well, you certainly have got to get a stop. You don't want to give up a 3, so it can become a 3-possession game if they were to knock down a 3. You want to keep it to a 2-possession game, and anything can happen. And then you're going to have to consider the fact that you've got 1 foul still to give too. I mean, I think it's too early to start fouling, but at some point you're going to have that one that you've got to burn to get Navarro into the 1-and-1 beyond that.
Yeah, and it's earning that timeout right now. You know, they've got to be feeling a little bit of, hey, man, we've come this far. Let's go ahead and finish it off. I mean, this would be one of those nights that we can remember, we can tell our grandkids about, you know, someday, hey, we were down 28-4. Oh, you told me that story 100 times, Grandpa. It'll still be worth 101 times. This has been a fun game. You might as well win it, though, because you've got 2 great teams going at it here, and Cards trying to finish out. They've already wrapped up the conference, but as you said, that #1 ranking definitely in jeopardy here.
Cardinals haven't lost since, ironically, they played in Corsicana in the Lewis Orr Classic, losing to McLennan 75-68. So they've won 21 in a row since then. So that's certainly in jeopardy here, as is that national #1 ranking. The conference championship and the #1 seed at the regional tournament is secure at this point.
They inbound it just before the 5-second mark. They're bringing up the floor.
Under 2 minutes.
4-point deficit for the Cardinals here. Can they find a way to claw back in? 18 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Shot on the way, won't go. Rebound, they knocked it away from each other.
Fresh 30 on the shot clock, and they throw it away.
Threw it away. 30, they had a full 30 to go. That was unfortunate because that would have gave them, took them within a minute. So big break for the Cards there.
That was a huge break for the Cardinals there because they had a fresh 30 and they throw the ball away. Cardinals have got to capitalize though. They're out of wiggle room now.
Yeah, there's no room for error at this point in the ball game. They've fought a long, hard battle. Can they finish at Leon Spencer Court here? Cardinal Gym in Athens. Drive, hang, the shot won't go. Rebound cleared. Bulldogs wanting to run a little clock here.
Cardinals still with a foul to give.
Pressuring on the ball. 10 to go here. Set it up top. 5 on the clock. Shot won't go. Rebound, Preston for the Cardinals. Tipped away. Stolen. Boy, that's huge. 41 seconds to go.
Yeah. That was an opportunity, and Navarro comes up with a defensive play, and it may let the Bulldogs escape. There's still 41 seconds. The Cardinals.
Yeah, it is a big point in that ball game.
Yeah, Navarro will be shooting from this point on, so the Cardinals will probably start having to foul now if they don't get a steal pretty quickly.
If you could put them all back to back to back, you'd see a lot of missed opportunities.
There's a reason you don't see teams go undefeated in this league.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do.
Trapping over on that side. Good patience here. Now foul on Robinson.
Yeah, if you don't get a quick steal, you've got to go with the foul and take your chances at the free throw line. Because even if they hit both, it's still a two possession.
Need a couple threes, you're
game,
back in it. Or tight. So
if you get lucky if he misses, it's just a 1-and-1. So if he misses the first, then Chris is going to call a timeout.
Tyler Whitehead headed to the free throw line at the end of this timeout. It is a 4-point lead for Navarro. Cardinals still looking to find some offensive power behind that three-point arch. Say knocks them both down. Do you go for the three right away here, or do you just try to get that quick basket and get a steal on the defensive side? Because you would think Coach Landers and his D is kind of not going to give them a three-point and one opportunity.
Right. Yeah, this game for the Cardinals, you want to put in some sense of perspective. You're going to lose your #1 ranking if you don't pull it out, which is probably going to mean you're not going to be the #1 seed at the national tournament, assuming that you go. I think the Cardinals have done enough that they probably have got a national tournament berth in their back pocket from an at-large perspective, although there's nothing guaranteed.
Right.
I mean, because you don't want to go on a losing streak here now, then lose the first round of the national tournament. But you've been ranked #1 for the better part of the season. You know, you've put 26 wins up, and but at the same time, you want to protect that here in this stretch. But what I'm getting at is. All is not lost for the Cardinals, but just a loss. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still plenty to play for here.
You need some good fortune happen for you here at the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1. If he misses the first, then no harm, no foul. You still got another foul to give before they would be in the double bonus. So it's a good situation still for the Cardinals, but it's all contingent upon Whitehead missing his first free throw.
Out of Brooklyn, New York, the 6'4" sophomore at the line.
Clutch free throw by Whitehead.
It's a 5-point game now with 32 seconds to go. See if the Cards can get back down here and make something positive happen in a hurry. Here's the shot on the way. Won't go. Gilmore gets fouled. He'll be going to the free throw line.
It's going to be a 1-and-1 though for the Cardinals. So LG3, I believe, will be going to the free throw line. Needs to knock both of them down. This helps the Cardinals because you got 30 seconds left, and
didn't waste any clock.
Yeah, and the clock is not running. but you've got to hit the free throws.
You got to come through at the free throw line for sure. LG struggling at the line early this year. Let's see how he can do. Right at the 60% mark on the free throw line. Missed it. Robinson fought for it, got the offensive rebound. Pass underneath the basket to Gilmore. And a timeout taken by Coach Chris Ballman. So we're back down to a 3-point game here. The unconventional way of getting the 2 points.
It definitely was. All it cost you was 4 seconds on the clock, though.
Yeah, it's big as they're now back to within 3. One possession ball game with about, 24 seconds to go here as we're in another 60-second timeout.
And both teams have one timeout left.
Yeah, it's 26.4 to go in this ball game. So love to we'll get an opportunity to see this thing end here on a. Well, let's hope we get a strike like that. If the Cardinals basketball team can roll a strike.
Navarro has 19 fouls now, so if the Bulldogs foul again, the Cardinals would be in the double bonus. But I mean, Navarro's not going to be looking to foul, that's for sure, because they don't want. That's the worst thing they can do, and put the Cardinals at the free throw line with the clock stopped. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly the Cardinals choose to foul out of this timeout if they don't get a quick steal.
And there are, the Cardinals beyond the 3-point arch. Those go-to guys that have really had the 3-point streaks throughout the year. Who's the guy you want shooting the ball? You look at over the year total if you're Coach Bowman, or you look at who's got the hot hand right now?
I just think at this point you can't be choosy.
Yeah,
you can't be choosy at this point. You don't have enough time to be choosy. You have a preference, but you can't be choosy.
You draw up the plan, and hey, they are drawing up a defensive plan to my plan. So you're right. At the end of the day,
Brandon Holly had 63 3-pointers coming into the game, and Josh Stamps had 53. So
full-court press coming here for the Cardinals. 26 seconds to go. Stolen on the inbound. And a foul. It's going to be on number 5, Jamar Martin, the 6'5" sophomore from Canada.
And this will be a 2-shot foul situation, double bonus for the Cardinals.
Stamps hitting right at 81% on the year. Boy, that is a huge moment in this ball game.
Josh has three free throws in the contest tonight. He's got 10 points.
Still 25 seconds to go. They can
one timeout for the Bulldogs, one timeout for the Cardinals.
Pull up within 1 here if you can sink them both. Gets the first one to go. Big moment in this ball game, needless to say. Clutch at the line. Still got a lot of basketball to go here, Benny. This thing is quite a second half. If you're just tuning in, it was 19-0 Navarro to start. Got up to 28-4. Cardinals are now within 1 point of tying it up. 77-76. Trouble. Here is the ball. It's going to be inbounded. Knocked away. Stolen away. And out of bounds with 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds. That was 26.6 seconds to go. It's
they missed a 10-second call.
Violation. Should have been called. It was 26.6 seconds to go. 26. It's 10 seconds. There's 26 seconds to go in this start of this. Hopefully somebody saw that clock.
I saw it at the time, and I wondered why it wasn't called.
Well, you see a moment like this, you realize officials have so much going on that they got to be aware of at all times. Talking about the fact that, 26 seconds. Got 15
This would be an interesting call here. This changes a lot because if the Cardinals have the ball, they're not going to give the Cardinals the ball, I don't think. I can't see them because they didn't catch it at the time. It is a correctable error. But I thought that Navarro had to exercise, had the ball 10 seconds in the backcourt.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when they began the inbound, there was 26 or 25.7 to go. 26 seconds.
They are going to call a 10-second count against Navarro in the backcourt. So the Cardinals are going to have the basketball with 15.7 seconds left. Cardinals are going to use a timeout and a chance to pull this thing out.
And that's the right call. I mean, right now, Coach Lander's very frustrated. But he's explaining to him right now, 26 seconds.
Yeah, the officials just lost
they lost their place on the clock.
They lost their count. They didn't keep up with the clock.
So now with timeout, Cardinals will have a chance to draw up a play here and see if they can't steal one from the Bulldogs.
Interesting, if the Cardinals force the action, Navarro fouls, the Cardinals are in the double bonus. It wouldn't be a 1-and-1 situation. Navarro's not yet in the double bonus, although, I mean, that's not really going to factor in that much, I don't think, with 15.4 seconds with the Cardinals with the ball. But the Cardinals, here's the thing about it, you want to get the best look you can. You think, well, you do want to leave Navarro with much time. I think you got to worry about knocking out the deficit first.
Yeah, and to that point, they have, come all the way back. If they can get the lead, their defense has been stellar down the stretch. You can expect Navarro to push and get all the way to the glass. You got to hustle back.
The thing you got to be cognizant of is if you miss a shot, you've got to get you don't get the rebound, you've got to get a foul immediately. You can't let Navarro run any time off because there's precious few seconds left anyway, or you're going to let Navarro escape.
I'm sure they were talking about all of that and more in that timeout, just a 60-second timeout. So see what they do on the floor.
Yeah, the Bulldogs and their fans don't like that call, but that was the correct call. I mean, 10 seconds had expired.
Pass out top to Edwards. Setting it up, going right side. Kick out pass. Stamps, drives, baseline, goes up strong. Hangs, shoots, scores! 1-point lead. 8 seconds to go. They're making him work. Going to get it off a three-point shot. Baseline jumper shot. Oh, goal! LG will rebound. The Cards have done it.
The Cardinals have escaped. Oh, my goodness. 78-77. The #1 team in the nation did not go down.
What a comeback. 19-0 early on. It was 28-4 at one point, and the Cardinals get it 78-77.
Oh my goodness, folks. Was that Josh Stamps with the drive that hit the bucket?
That's a good point. Let's go back and watch the tape. I'm game. Who's buying pizza? Let's watch it again.
With 9 seconds left. Oh my goodness. And the Cardinals had enough wherewithal to come down and defend. Oh my goodness. When you're #1, you don't go down easily.
Yeah, they have had to come all the way back. What a ball game, Benny. You know, looking out there and seeing this student body on the floor, seeing the smiles. They know what it cost them to come all the way back, and what a game.
That's amazing. You can remember this night if the Cardinals are in Hutchinson, Kansas on a Saturday night playing for a national championship. It's a night that something special might have happened that made that possible. Look at the celebration that's going on at midcourt with the Cardinals and the student body. What a great sight this is. What a great sight. But I got to take my hats off to Michael Landers and the Navarro College Bulldogs. This is a stinging loss, I understand. But the fact is the Cardinals did what it took to win.
I'll tell you this, Benny, when you look at that deficit, a lot of folks would have said, you know what, that's a tough mountain to climb, but I think you summed it up best. #1 doesn't go down easy.
Let's wrap up the Cardinals scoring. Hiram Edwards finished with 22, Josh Stamps 14, Stephen Edwards 2, Leon Gilmore the third 12, Brandon Hawley 3, Ryan Preston 9, SHAMIEK Sheppard 2, Josh Robinson 14. For the Bulldogs, they were led by D'Angelo Hunter with 17, Tyler Whitehead had 12, and Jamar Martin had 16. The Bulldogs fall to 14-12 overall, 10-6 in conference play. The Bulldogs led 28-4 in this one here, folks, with 11:29 left in the first half after getting off to a 19-0 start. The Cardinals chipped away, never really had that big run, but they continue to chip away. to pull out the win. The Cardinals improved to 27-1 on the season with their 22nd straight win. They are 17-0 in the conference. They've got 2 conference games left. They are at Bossier Parish on Saturday. They're off next Wednesday and play Paris at home a week from Saturday in a game we will have for you on the Cardinal Sports Network. Tim, there's not a lot much more to add to this one other than 78-77 after the Cardinals trailed 28-4. Folks, you saw why the Cardinals are the #1 team in the nation. They held on, they found a way, they found a way, they found a way. They have advanced to be 27-1. It's a massive celebration taking place on the floor for a regular season game. But after being as far behind as the Cardinals were, the Cardinals and their fans deserve this one on this special night.
Fun night in the Valley. Trinity Valley victorious 78-77 the final.
For the entire Cardinal Sports Network team and Tim Howard, this is Benny Rogers bidding you good night from a celebratory Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym. Thank you for joining us on the Cardinal Sports Network.
This has been a Cardinal Broadcasting Network special presentation.